Today, we're breaking down the top 3 lies, the big excuses that the Senate Republicans in Minnesota continue to throw at gun owners on why they won't put any pro-gun bills on the floor. Six years, Senate Republicans have held control of the Senate since 2017. The last time a pro-gun bill was seen on the Senate floor was when Democrats, who controlled the Senate in 2015, passed the suppressor law, and Mark Dayton signed it into law. So Democrats lost control of the Senate. Republicans have had it ever since the 2016 elections, and they have killed Stand Your Ground, constitutional carry, the Second Amendment Preservation Act, and every other pro-gun bill. And now it's election season, and they want your support. They want your vote. Well, here's a few things that you should know. Here's the first reason why Republicans refuse to put Stand Your Ground or constitutional carry on the Senate floor for a vote. They will tell you, well, there's no reason to put a pro-gun bill on the floor because Democrats hold control of the House. So it's not going to pass the House. Therefore, there's no reason to push any pro-gun bills. Is that why gun owners put Republicans in charge so they can sit there and do nothing? The reality is, if Senate Republicans pass pro-gun bills, we as a gun rights community can turn our focus onto the Democrat-controlled House and put pressure on them and lob political bombs at them and say, why are you stopping our pro-gun bills? But we can't do any of that because Senate leadership continue to kill all of the pro-gun bills because we don't have the House. Excuse number 2, because Democrats have control of the governor's office. Tim Walz is our governor. So they say, give us the House, give us the governorship, and then we'll pass your pro-gun bills. Once again, we don't win anything if we don't fight forward. If we never go on offense and make somebody like Tim Walz veto our pro-gun bills, then how are we supposed to make him wear that at election time? How are we supposed to say, Tim Walz killed Stand Your Ground law, when it's Republicans who are killing Stand Your Ground and all of these pro-gun bills? In Missouri, we passed Stand Your Ground law back in 2016, and the Democrat governor vetoed the bill. The Republicans held a veto override session, rammed it into law, and gun owners bounced out all of the Democrats, the lefties, in the next election cycle. Okay, that's what happens when Democrats stand up against our Second Amendment freedoms. But if we never put anti-gun governors like Tim Walz to the task and make him vote yes or no or veto or sign into law pro-gun bills, we'll never get anywhere. So don't buy that excuse. And now, excuse number 3. They'll tell you, well, we want to pass pro-gun bills through the Senate, but we just don't have the votes. We just don't have the votes. That's also not true. We've done the whip count. Republicans have the votes to get the bill through the chamber. But the reality is that just like in 2018 and in 2019, suburban Republicans who are in tough swing districts, they want to vote for gun control or at least not vote for anything pro-gun so they can get reelected. This is what happened with people like Paul Anderson back in 2018. He sponsored universal background checks. And it was Senate Republican leadership who said, all of you safe Republicans, don't touch any pro-gun bills. We have to keep our heads buried up in the sand and not pass any pro-gun bills because we don't want to have our weak Republican members vote on anything controversial. We gun owners, you gun owners, did not put these people in charge so that they could kill all of our pro-gun legislation. If we don't fight forward offensively, eventually we will spend all of our time on defense as we've done for the last several years. So Tell your representatives, tell your senators, tell your Republican senators that you want to see these pro-gun bills voted on in 2023, and don't listen to any of their big three excuses on why they can't, because, well, that's exactly what they are, excuses.